You won't believe the hilarity we've got coming up when it comes to the royals. Let's cross now to the editor of Spiked Online in London, Brendan O'Neill. Always good to join you, Brendan, and we'll come to the royals in a moment. But there's a story that I think you've brought this to our attention that just staggers me about the march of identity politics. In the UK now, you've got lesbian or LGBTIQ aged care homes. What on earth are these needed for?
We have a new care home, I think it's the first in the UK, an LGBTQ care home, nursing home that has opened in London, so specifically for older people in the latter years of their life who identify as gay or lesbian or queer or transgender. I mean, it just shows that identity politics is colonising every single area of life, not only for the young, where it's very pronounced, but also now, it seems, for elderly people too. This constant sectioning people off in terms of their identity and, you know, who they associate with or how they view themselves, that's infecting now every single part of life to such an extent that apparently even older people need a particular form of care depending on their identity. I find it a bit of a depressing development.
It is very sad. I would have thought they just identified as elderly people who want to go into aged care. Now, let's get to the royals, because this astounds me that people can live such privileged lives, not even have to work for the immense wealth and privilege that comes their way. Yet, as is the age, they have to claim some sort of victim status.
That's right. And, you know, the clips we've seen so far from the Harry and Meghan interview with Oprah Winfrey, I mean, they're so revealing, because what we have here is a duchess in the palatial surrounds of an unimaginably expensive mansion in California, telling the wealthiest woman one of the wealthiest women in America, Oprah Winfrey, just telling her how much of a victim Meghan is and how horrible her life has been. I mean, this is identity politics summed up. What we have here is an incredibly wealthy woman, a well-connected woman, a celebrity in her own right, a virtue signaler, claiming to be a victim, claiming her life is terrible, claiming that it was unsurvivable to be in the royal family. This playing of the victim card by people who actually have very comfortable, luxurious lives is such a telling part of identity politics today.
You want to be a victim, try marrying King Henry VIII, then there might be a victim status. I tell you what, I've got to show you a cartoon, a preview of the Weekend Australian tomorrow from the great Johannes Leek. You've met him out here in Australia, but have a look at Johannes's take on this. It is absolutely superb. He's got Oprah Winfrey there asking Meghan, why would former staff accuse you of bullying? And Meghan says some people just can't help playing the victim.
I mean, that just sums it up. That is a fantastic cartoon by Johannes Leek. Really, really hits the nail on the head. And that's what's going on here. What we have here is a very assertive woman, a very well-connected woman, Meghan Markle, who is quite powerful now in the world of the new elites. She goes around the globe, she lectures people, she tells us all how we should be living, and she plays the victim card. And it has coincided with a war of words between the Sussexes and the Windsors, between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Buckingham Palace. There's now this open war of words, almost unprecedented in modern British history, between these two houses, where Meghan Markle has been accused of bullying while she was in the palace. So this is getting really strange, really interesting. It's going to get quite nasty, I think, but it really does undercut Meghan's victim claims and the way in which she is presenting herself as this poor bullied woman who's been mistreated by everyone. That's going to be undercut by what Buckingham Palace is currently revealing.
You know, Brendan, the other thing that I feel we should expect, apart from more of this victimhood stuff, is they will lecture us too, because having claimed victim status and being so woke, as you point out, these people of privilege will be quick to tell us how we need to live our lives, or how we need to pay more for our electricity or do less to pollute the planet.
That's right. And very often this kind of victim politics is really a platform for powerful people to clamber on and tell the rest of us how we should be living our lives. And that's the currency. The currency of contemporary life is being a victim. And that apparently gives you the moral authority to lecture everyone else about how they should be living, what they should be thinking, how much of an impact they should be making on the environment. So Meghan Markle is really setting herself up, I think, for this to be this new virtue signaling globe-trotter who will go around the world telling people how they should live, what they should think, and what they should do. So we're only seeing the beginning of the Harry and Meghan show. And I think it's going to go on for quite a while, where they are going to use their newfound platform to tell the rest of us what we should be thinking and what we should be doing. It's going to be really, really annoying, in my view.
You're depressing me, Brendan, but thanks so much for joining us. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Chris.